Okay, so today is Wednesday, December 27th. The time is now 5:29 p.m. I just woke up. Not too long ago. From a nap. But how many hours actually qualifies for something to be a nap? Because I was asleep, okay? I feel like after a certain amount of hours, it ain't a nap no more. Like, you sleep, baby. I was asleep. And my sister wanted to do dinner, do family dinner and go see lights. I said, y'all have fun. I'ma stay here. I'ma stay here. And no, I don't have no clothes on underneath this robe. Sure don't. I'm on vacation. And it's freezing. I'm gonna go back home with pneumonia. Oh well, I don't care. So we are back for the third day of Christmas entry. Let's see here what we got today. We did wins, we did highlights, challenges. Fucking finally. Shit, I got a lot of negativity on my chest in case you ain't figured it out. And also I don't know how to link eyes in the skies from my cell phone. So that's why the other video didn't have it. But once y'all get that mental health check-in, I feel like a lot of things will make sense for you. And it sounds like rain is coming back. And as a spoiler alert, you know, the channel will probably be changing. I'll still do budgeting stuff, but most likely I'll just do like life things because there is more to life than budgeting. Budgeting affects a lot of things. So yeah, you can hear it. Can you hear it hitting the 10? Anyway, whatever. So today's subject line is challenges, and it says, oh bitch, I should have kept reading. What challenges did I overcome this year? What challenges did I overcome? I guess the challenge of just going off the top of my dome as things are coming to me. Dang, it's gonna get colder because the tank ran out of gas, I feel. The challenge of thinking that professionally I was limited in what I would qualify for because I didn't have education. And even though I did not get the full-time, the actual position, I wasn't offered that, like just having the acting opportunity and having the support of my superiors, like feeding into me and letting me know, like, no, you've got it. Just get that paper because you've got it. And, you know, for some things it's unavoidable. You can't not have the education. That's, and I didn't really know that it was a challenge until I was afforded the opportunity, because it made me be like, oh my God, like I am more than just a paper pusher, because like I've done admin work, administrative assistant type of work since entering into the workforce. And so knowing that I am capable of more without education is just, it was nice. Let me just look ahead and see if this asked me what challenges did I not overcome, because that would be much easier. Okay, no. Lessons, growth, gratitude, what's working, what's not working, impact, adjustments. Okay, no. So it would just be much easier to identify the challenges that I faced this year. I have not overcome a damn thing. And maybe in identifying the challenges, I will possibly be able to recognize something that I've overcome. But challenges that I faced this year, this was probably the most difficult mental health year I've ever had, especially in the last quarter. The return of some feelings and emotions that I've never felt before. Also challenges that I faced this year, prioritizing self. It is not something that I do. I do not do it, which is why travel was something that you saw a lot of in the first and heard a lot about in the first two videos. I was just telling my girlfriend, Leah, we're talking about travel and like what travel means. And for me, it is the only way that I can make sure that I keep me a priority. Because if I'm away from everyone and everything that is familiar, then I don't have to worry about nobody but myself. When I am accessible and local to folks, I don't even make the list. Fuck being last on the list. I don't make the list. And as a people pleaser, that is just, it's the worst. So there's that. And I made sure so that was a challenge that I overcame. I made sure to keep myself a priority at least once a month. Another challenge that I faced was the reality of what it means to be the best. To be the best daughter that I can be, to be the best sister that I can be, to be the best friend that I can be. And in that, realizing that I don't have space for anything. To be the best of anything. A best does not exist. I have not overcome that challenge because while I say the best does not exist, it does not stop me from trying to achieve that. That's also something that Leah and I were talking about. It's so easy to look at highlight reels of folks' lives that they share and stuff and think like, this is what I should be doing. This is how this should be happening. And identifying all these different faults and errors in your own life. And while I know that that is what it is, it still does not stop me from obsessing with trying to be the best that I can be, because should I die first, I'm the baby of the family. So, you know, like how it's supposed to go, it should go in order by age. So it should be my dad, my mom, my sister, and then me. In my world, I go before all of them niggas. They don't even get a chance to even realize that they are near death. And I am very much so 6 feet under and well rested. And so just wanting to make sure that, you know, folks know that I am there, that I can be counted on, because also I know what I don't bring to the table, right? I don't bring consistency. I'm very inconsistent. I'm very, I don't want to say flaky. I don't want to say not trustworthy. But when I say inconsistent, I really don't want to say unreliable, but all of those are words that one could absolutely use to describe me. Because when this is not in place, there's no telling. Like, we could be going to happy hour. We could have gone to happy hour Thursday after work. Friday night, you hit me up and say, hey, what you doing Sunday? Want to do brunch? I could not respond. I could look at the text message and not respond. It could be months that pass. And then I will reimmerse and go, hey, what you doing? Like, I'm that person, and it's not, and I get it. I completely get it. My BFFers and I had this conversation because I've been like this. And so she told me, one time she told me, she said, you know, I get it that you're going through things. I understand it. And also there's boundaries and you have to respect them. And she said the next time that you go ghost, like, that's it. There, you can't come back. And I knew that I was going to go ghost. So I sent her an email of appreciation. I was like, you know, I love you and I appreciate you and I thank you and I wish you nothing but the best in your life, because I knew that I was retreating again. And out of respect for her and her boundary that she set, I wouldn't dare also want to ever be a reason why someone compromises or goes back on their word, because your word is all you have, and your commitment to you is far more important, far more valuable, far more necessary than your commitment to someone else. And again, things that I say that just don't hit with me. I this year, when did my therapist move? At some point this year, my therapist relocated to another region. And so I followed her, and in that, like, I had to get a whole nother psych, blah, blah, blah. So going through all of that, got a new diagnosis, borderline personality disorder. And that makes so much sense to me. BPD, bipolar 2 disorder also really made sense because of the manic. But borderline personality disorder, it makes sense. Medication is not working, but it makes sense. So yeah, that's a challenge, and I don't know if I will ever, not looking to overcome, but looking to level out, right? Because no day will be perfect. And so, like, while something for you may seem like an anthill, and I'm not even talking about like a good colony anthill, I'm talking about the ones that you see in the crack of the sidewalk when you walk in, like it looked like a little sawdust just sprinkled. For you, it may be that, and for me, that shit is bigger than Mount Everest. Like, I'm talking the very top where people die on the way to Mount Everest. It is life-altering. It is game-changing. What seems like the most obvious answer to you, right, is not for me. And also, it takes me a while to get there, because you can say it to me, like, if I, for example's sake, let's say, you know, I am, I'm stranded. My car has broken down on the side of the road. And it broke down while I was on the way to go take my parents some cases of water because they're running low. Not they're out. Not that they don't have a faucet that they could get water from. But just, they asked me for this. I need to get it to them. So now I'm on the side of the road crying because now God hates me. God continues to hate me and continues to show me how much he hates me. Why would this happen to me? Blah, 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 blah. And for, you know, the common person, I hate the term normal, because there's nothing abnormal about me. I'm pretty sure that we mental health patients are way more normal than you normal. It's more of us. We're the majority, so we're the normalcy. But yeah, so for me, it's the end of the world, and let me call everybody and their moms in my phone to cry about how my life is shit and it's not worth shit, instead of me hopping on the phone with AAA and getting a tow and sending my parents a text, yo, car broke down, I'm being towed to the mechanic, I'll bring the water once the car gets fixed. Or that text could go, hey, car broke down, I'm headed to the mechanic, but I DoorDashed some water, it should be coming in the next 30 minutes. Like, that's how you others mental health patients would think and would process and would execute. And for me, mm-mm. And not saying like that exact example. I don't want to give exact examples because I don't know you like that. It's too personal. But just to give you an idea of like, and just a normal thing that could happen. Like, not anything specific, unique to me. Like, people have car trouble. If you have a car, you are bound to run into car trouble. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how on top of it with your maintenance you are. You are bound. It is inevitable for you to run into car trouble. It's inevitable. So just like shit like that. Still have not overcome it. Other challenges. The challenge of accepting. I have a really hard time with accepting in the way that I give, right? If someone calls me to check on me, like, it could legit be a, yo, I have not heard from you in a while. I just wanted to check in with you, see how you were doing, see if everything is okay. How have you been? Blah, 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 blah. Me, so easily, I can flip that because why? Why sit up and talk about myself? For what? Tell me about you, and I genuinely want to know. Like, no, let's not be bogged down because I know what's going on with me, right? And that's sad. It's depressing. It is unfortunate. It is Debbie Downer. It is a dim on the day. Why do that and why be that when I could instead, give someone else space, an opportunity to either share their wins or reflect on their losses, I never allow myself to have space with my friends. Normally when the space comes, it is when I am working my way out of it and not as I'm falling into it, because the signs will be there for me. I know when I'm going into that downward spiral. I know when I am entering into that dark place. I know when I am to the point of no return, and I know when I am approaching the point of no return. And I go down with pride. I go down with the band, I am the band. It is just me. And also, I am the captain and I am the crew member loading everyone to safety. I am trying to steer and keep this boat afloat. I am loading everyone to safety because it is not looking like it will survive. And I am the person that is providing space and peace and chaos and hecticness in this thing called life. So, yeah. And I don't know if that's a challenge, if it's a curse, or if it's a blessing. I don't know if those are challenges, curses, or blessings, but that's been it. Professionally, challenges that I've overcome, understanding that I don't have to be all of the things in the workplace because I'm in an acting role. Acting means that I also still have my actual job that is on my, on my profile, in my records. So trying to do both of those and finally stepping into like, girl, you have to stop because nobody else is looking for that. Just you are, baby. Everybody else is like, oh, she has 2 jobs, and she right now is prioritizing the one that is most important. And not to say that the role that I was hired into is not important, because it is, but my acting role is pretty heavy, and so that's why I'm in it, acting in capacity, because there needs to be a body there to do the work. So that is something that I overcame 10 months later, but I overcame it nonetheless. And then personally, yeah, no. Emotionally, mm, financially, spiritually, not that I overcame anything really. I did do my tithing of 10% of my paycheck after taxes. I did not know that motherfuckers were doing 10% of tithing before taxes. That's what my dad and my sister said that they were doing. I was like, wait a minute. Is this why God is fucking with me? Because I'm not tithing. I'm not tithing off the right salary. Because my nigga, I'll gladly give you the extra money, bruh, if you will take all of this fucking mental shit away from me. And I can say that, you know, financially this year, I was not in want or need of anything. I did great financially this year, and in being a good steward over my funding, I was able to help my parents with getting their roof redone. It was over 30 years since that roof had been done, and so helping them financially, like damn near half of it, was just the writing of a check. Is like, that's the shit. That's the type of shit that I feel like I have to be around for, right? And also the shit as to why I feel like I need to get out of Dodge. Again, it's wearing these hats and doing these jobs that no one has specifically asked me to do, but knowing that they need to be done, and so doing them, and then just like adjusting priorities. And I continue to say, like, this is the year that I won't be a people pleaser. This is the year that I will implement and respect boundaries. This is the year that I will keep me a priority, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, because you were probably a fucking bug that was between my legs. And every year, at some point, I will be really great at it. And then shortly thereafter, I fall off and I never gather my footing again to be that person. It is so hard. Yeah. So that's today. If you experienced any challenges this year and you were able to overcome them and you're comfortable sharing, please let me know down below. A huge thank you to everyone who watched day 2's video and commented. I love and appreciate you so much. And in running that back, I realized that I did not say my girl Tara on the recorded version, because I know for a fact that I fucking mentioned her name, but it was probably when I didn't hit fucking record that I said her name. So I also want to give a huge shout out to my girl Tara at Journey to Wisdom and Wealth, and of Tara Gay Nicole, respectively, her budgeting and vlogging channels. But yeah, this has been fun. And also, this is for my best friend. Yeah, bitch, I'm still out here. Listen, she gonna fucking slide into my phone book talking about some Bitch, what's happening with your hair? Are you taking your braids down or what? No, nigga, I'm just existing. It is what the fuck it is, bitch. And I took down more. Yeah, it's just random little fucking shits everywhere because I'm taking these fucking braids out as the Lord sees fit. Oh, well, I don't care. I mean, I don't care. I was about to lie and say, but do I care? I don't care. No. Why? I got a hat and I got a beanie. So, ta-da. And I'm around my family. And ain't nobody looking for nobody. So, you know. But I do need to do something because also I pick my hair. I pick my hair a lot. If I'm happy, if I'm sad, if I'm depressed, if I am overwhelmed, if I'm busy, if I got free time, if I'm sleepy, if I'm wide awake, just because it's Tuesday, it is something that I do. And that's something that we are also working on in therapy. I'm just falling apart, y'all. And I would love to say that it's okay. Because, like, it kind of is. But then also, too, like, it's kind of sad because you don't know. Especially, like, when it comes to me. Because I'm a functioning, depressed, anxious, BPD person. You know? Like, I can do just enough so that I am able to still take care of myself. And to my mental health siblings out there who are not able to, and it affects your day-to-day in that capacity to where you can't keep a job, and as a result, like, you can't keep, you know, stable housing, and stuff. Like, I feel for you because this is not easy. It's not easy. And also there's a part of me that is extremely jealous of you who are not able to maintain your day-to-day in any capacity, not even in just a little capacity, but in any capacity. Because as a functioning patient, you know, when you reach that point where you cannot mask, it becomes a little difficult to be out in the world, because the world is so used to seeing you a certain way. And what also does not help is people being in your face like, oh, what's wrong? You don't seem like yourself today. Are you sure you're okay? Do you want to go for a walk? You know that I'm here if you want to talk. Bitch, you don't want to talk about what's on my fucking chest. You don't want to. You don't want to. You would fucking report me to the police. You would have me admit it. You don't want to talk about what I have on my mind. You would be concerned for the world at large. Men, women, children, elders, our older adults. The sickly. The well. You would just, no, you don't want to, bitch. You don't want to bark up this motherfucking tree. So when I am having those days or those moments where putting on is just not an option, I can be seen as a stereotype. And that's also another thing that's a real thing, is masking, because I don't want to be seen as that aggressive black woman, that intimidating black woman, that angry black woman, like things that I have to be conscious of in the midst of a fucking mental health breakdown. Because again, it just takes that little small thing that makes me explode. And it could be something as simple as this man who, he also absolutely deserved it, and I should have beat his ass like I told him I was going to beat his ass. But he was only looking in one direction, and I am pedestrian traffic, and he was not looking in my direction, and the motherfucker, when he did see me, he pumed off anyway. And a car of my brown siblings rolled by and slowed down, and the passenger was like, why you didn't kick the shit out of his car? I was like, because I was standing here cussing his ass out. You're right, I should have. And he was like, yo, because I said, nice. Unless he's gonna put me in the back of this car so that I could beat his ass, it's okay. So yeah, anyway, just being mindful. It is not easy. And people love to say, like, it's not about race, but I only know how it is to be a black woman in America, so I can't tell you. I can't tell you the white woman's experience. I cannot tell you the Latinx woman's experience. I can't tell you the Asian woman's experience. I can't tell you the European woman's. I can't tell you what the fuck it's like for anybody else. And honestly, I'm not even speaking on behalf of all black women. I am just speaking on me as a black woman in America, not being deaf to the narrative and the language that is being pushed out about us. And on every fucking angle. I am very much so aware. And so it makes it even harder to exist in life. That's a word. Okay. I'm gonna go because I gotta get this uploaded, and it's 30 minutes. So thank you for spending 30 minutes of your life with me while I said a whole bunch of fucking nothing, because I said a whole bunch of nothing. Didn't answer the question at all. Maybe 2 things. I really should have thought this through. I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, this is how cold it is. My fucking hands are red. Damn. Is my undertone red? No, very much so yellow. Look at that. Giving off yellow. Okay, because the rain is starting up and I have voice notes to send. So, toodle motherfucking Ludo. Peace.